Hey yo! Is it the Ball Talk Podcast Nation? The Ball Talk fan club, if you will. Ball talkers, balls talkers, balls. All
The
right. Let's get
worst
to
intro ever. Some of these get progressively worse as we go on.
it. Wait until like episode 50, where I'm
Yeah.
like, what did I say? Ah,
You go on like a 12-minute
ah,
soliloquy about
ah,
basketball.
ah. Kevin Durant. Uh,
You just start making up words.
I start like groaning.
Yeah, okay.
I start crying.
Dude, basketball is back.
I'm like a loose dog on the streets, and
How excited are you that basketball is back?
where
We're
did
in
it
the home
go?
stretch. It was the All-Star break, All-Star weekend.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do with myself for like a whole week. I was just like,
Still a Bucks game, like yesterday.
yeah, no, it ended last Thursday.
Oh well,
But
hooray!
but how did you manage without
I
obviously you're very like
honestly didn't even notice. Like, to be honest with you, I knew, but it didn't register to me because I wasn't exactly looking for it.
yeah,
Um,
okay, sure.
like I didn't want to watch an NBA game until Saturday night, and then I was like, oh, okay, none's playing right now because it's 3 in the morning. But um, I saw that there was games playing tomorrow, and I was like, oh, cool, the Bucks are playing at 1. Well, I might catch a little of that. Or no, the Bucks are playing at 5, and I was like, I might catch that, and then I didn't. But they won. It was like 135 to 86 or something. I mean, that's what happens when you don't have
Was it
Joel
really?
Embiid in
Oh,
Philadelphia.
the Sixers, yeah.
Like if you don't have Joel Embiid, you guys are like the Memphis Grizzlies, who somehow
Yeah.
beat Milwaukee Bucks.
There was no campaign revenge game, unfortunately.
Could you look up uh, our enemy's stat line?
Our enemies.
Pat Connaughton, that's my enemy.
Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure he actually had a good game.
Stat line. A good game for Pat Connaughton is 13.6 rebounds and 1 assist. Like,
I think that like
and that's
might be what he had.
that's our performance from him. Just
He had
take that as
seven points, five
seven.
rebounds, and one assist, and two blocks.
Okay, I could do that in an NBA game, maybe.
Like, could you make 1 3?
Yeah, okay, maybe not. The blocks would actually be really hard. I've had 2 blocks in my entire life.
Yeah, you do.
I'm
You
not.
have like a 2 inch vertical.
I have like a 1 inch vertical, and I apologize after doing it. I don't
Yeah,
do. I don't do the block. I blocked a third grader once when I was 17, and
that's not even okay.
it was absolutely quite epic.
That's
He was going
evil, dude.
out there, and I swatted that shit midair. Felt like Wimbanyama.
That
Um,
is probably. I was thinking about to do that because I was playing basketball against this guy, and he was like 2 inches taller than me, but he had like 5 more inches of wingspan, and he
does
was
he
just
dunk?
no, but he was rebounding like
You
crazy. I was like, dude, I don't know. Okay, Pat Connaughton. That's a good Pat Connaughton game, I would say. 2 blocks.
Yeah, 6 points, 2 blocks.
He only played 20 minutes. I
That's
mean,
pretty
you can't ask for much more. I mean, you could, but it would be a little rude. Like,
good game. And he'd get a lot better of a performance than Pat Connaughton.
dude, how much? What even is his contract? It's not even that bad, is it? Like, I
Should
feel
be like
like
$30 an hour at the way he's performing.
it's
He
definitely
should
more
be
than
getting
that.
paid per game. Like
He signed a
800 bucks per
3 year,
game.
$28 million contract. That's a decent amount. Okay, yeah, I don't know if he's worth like that much money, but he's definitely not bad. I feel like the Pat Connaughton hate has to stop because I don't know. He's just out there. He's playing.
Yeah. Sorry, what did you say?
Oh, I just said I feel like he's maybe getting like overpaid like a little bit, but like not by that much.
Mm, he is getting paid too much.
He is
I
getting
think Pat
paid.
Connaughton should make $5 an hour.
I think he should get like servers' wages and work exclusively for tips. Like I actually think
He'd
that guy
probably
should
get
get.
tips, man.
Dude, if the NBA players got paid servers' wages
That'd
and
be
worked on
terrible.
tips, I don't think so. They'd be fine, actually.
No, they wouldn't.
The WNBA players could get paid on server wages.
They
You know what?
basically
Actually,
do,
I'm not going
man.
to continue this bit. They do.
They get paid like teacher salaries.
Dude, you could work at Applebee's and maybe make more money than a WNBA player.
Genuinely. Some of those contracts are so terrible. There's like this stats where it's like Stephen Curry makes more in one game than this WNBA player does in 2 years. It's like it's
Wow.
so sad.
Would you rather be Stephen Curry or
Okay.
Brittany Griner
At least Stephen Curry.
or Hillary Rodham Clinton?
I think I'm still gonna be Stephen Curry.
You're not going to be HDC
No.
or
That's not even
HRC. That's my bad.
okay. All right. Let's get back to basketball. This is a basketball podcast after all. It's not a Hillary Clinton podcast. Thank goodness.
I I joined this podcast thinking we were going to be doing like a Hillary Clinton
So much has
fan
happened.
thing. Oh yeah, what happened?
I can't
What'd she
believe
do?
you all no, not with Hillary Clinton, with the
Oh,
NBA.
okay.
Come on,
What's been going on?
dude. Remember the
I know
last I'm pretty
All-Star
sure it was
Weekend's
last
over.
episode. We were talking, will Victor Wembanyama get a 5x5 or a quadruple double first?
He got the five
And
by five.
he went out, he did it.
He almost got the centuple double.
Dude, he almost had it in back-to-back games. He was one assist off in that Kings game, and then he did
That
it.
would probably be the first time that ever happened, right?
Dude, those numbers he puts up are ridiculous.
I think he might be the best basketball player in the league right now.
It's really like it's crazy to
Like
me
he's
because
put.
like some of these numbers is like it's like a
Yeah,
good
that's not.
center, but then he'll also have like 8 assists, and they'll be like crazy assists. Like he'll have like this tiny little pocket pass, and it
But I
just
think it's
barely
because
gets in there.
his team kind of sucks
Yeah,
too.
he should, dude. He definitely.
Like if he was on the Bucks, he would be insane.
It's really
And I mean,
sad
he
to
already
see.
is.
Yeah,
But I think if he was on a more functional team, like if he was on the Pelicans, even like the Pelicans would be a big deal.
dude. No, but it's crazy because he'll make like crazy passes, and then his
Hmm.
teammates just won't hit the shot, and it's
Yeah, I
gonna be
mean,
so
throw Jeremy
deflating.
Sochan like a lob. You saw that clip where there was like 3 seconds left in the game. They were down by one, and he's open. Like Wembanyama is open, and he's like, "Okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna pass to Jeremy Sochan because I'd like Jeremy Sochan to get the game winner." And Jeremy Sochan does not go for the game winner. He throws the ball out to some guy behind the arc. Meanwhile, Jeremy Sochan is like 3 feet maybe from the basketball hoop. And Sochan throws it out to a guy who doesn't expect the pass behind the arc. And it's just like,
it's
what
just an
is this guy
unfortunate play.
thinking?
Jeremy
What's
Sohan
this
is
guy
actually really
think?
good. I watched
Does
like
he have
two
does he
Spurs
have like
games back to back, and I was like, this guy's actually really good.
he's good at basketball. All
He
right,
just
I'll
makes
give
some
him that.
bonehead play. That's the problem.
He just is a bonehead. I just don't know what to think about that guy.
Dude, he got like dunked on by LeBron. I was like, holy cow. That's
I think it's
crazy.
because he was like smack talking LeBron,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Dude, no, he got like LeBron like posted him up, just put his shoulder into him and just moved. Like it was crazy.
I mean, what does Jeremy Sochan have? Like,
He's
what's he
actually a good
thinking?
defender.
He's a good defender, sure. He's an okay
He is
offender
like a
too.
Dennis Rodman if Dennis Rodman wasn't as good as he was.
He's like
But he's
Dennis
also still
Rodman. Dennis
young.
Rodman was like kind of stupid.
That's not true.
I don't know.
That guy was calculating angles like in air while he was jumping.
Sochan?
No, Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, like I said, he's like Dennis Rodman if he was stupid.
Oh, I thought you said Dennis Rodman was stupid.
What do you mean Dennis Rodman was calculating angles when he was mid jump?
Dude, watch like any of those Dennis Rodman interviews. He's like, yeah, I could see the trajectory of the ball and like all the possible outcomes, and I would calculate the errors. It's so funny. You gotta watch some of
Is he
this.
joking?
No, he's definitely serious. Like,
Are you kidding? Dennis Rodman could calculate the air density and
I mean, I'm sure to a point it's like actually a real like I feel like once you see
Like
a
he puts his
basketball
nose
be
out, and he
shot
like
in
licks his finger, and
No, but genuinely, like once you have that enough experience, I bet you can actually tell where the rebound is going. But just like the way he phrases it is so silly because it's like there's no way you're like pulling out like a ruler and like measuring all this stuff.
I think he was, bro.
I don't think he was. Dude, speaking of the Pelicans, did you see that?
Zion Williamson.
Dude, a full out brawl. Like that was
Oh,
crazy. They just
what
started
happened?
throwing hands at each other.
Who did? Zion Williamson or who?
Jimmy Butler and I think it was like Najee Marshall. They just like
Oh,
started
I didn't
choking
know.
each other out and they got suspended.
Anyone die?
No, no one died.
Oh, okay, wow.
I think Nikola Jovic got suspended for one game too for like getting off the bench. And they're like, all right, get him in there as well. Get him out of there. Do you have any thought? I can't believe you didn't see that. That seems like something that would be up your
I
alley.
just I don't go for.
Tom Fuller, you definitely do.
I don't actually.
Dude. Okay. What else happened? Steve Kerr extension, two
What
years,
happened?
$35
Wait,
million.
he's on a contract,
Yeah, coaches get paid. What are you talking about?
but they're on contracts,
Yes.
bro. Are you serious?
You think they, what do you think? What would you think happened?
I thought they just like got the job,
Yeah, they do. And it's on like a contract for however many
bro.
years.
See, like if you were a I don't know college professor, actually maybe that's a bad example because they might be on contracts, but if you were a if you worked at an Amazon factory, for an example, right? Amazon's not going to say, hey, we'll give you a 6 month contract for like $20,000. That's not the way that would work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's because it's like not a very good job. Like you know
But
that
if,
you have a good job when you're on a contract.
I mean, think about like the bet. What's like, all right, an executive of company, like like CEO of Microsoft, Bill Gates, right? Let's say he wants you to be the vice president,
Hmm.
and he's like, okay, I'll give you a year-long contract for $8 million. You'd be like, what the fuck, Bill Gates? You
No,
want to give me a contract?
I'd be like, that's awesome.
Well, that's because you're,
It's because I love money. That's why.
yeah. So
I
if Bill Gates wanted to give me $8 million, I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't trust you. You started Ebola.
okay. No, I have to do so much editing out of all this stuff.
You can actually leave that in.
This isn't
I
even a
like.
basketball podcast at this point.
I don't even think it is. I just try to derail it. Talk about
Okay.
whatever I want
Yeah,
to talk
how do you
about.
feel? Do you think Steve Kerr deserves to be the most paid NBA coach in all of history?
Most paid of all history.
He's getting paid more than Pat Connaughton per year. Think about that.
Good. I think that Pat Connaughton should be paid $5 a
Okay.
year
But do you think he does
and
it? It's like
and
him
beat
and
him
like,
weekly.
dude, I don't know.
Okay, Steve Kerr being the most paid ever is insane.
It is. But it also is true that like every year we get a new highest paid NBA player, highest paid whatever. Like Jaylen Brown just signed that like $300 million contract last season. Like I don't know that like
He really?
it's like a little bit of inflation, a little bit of like the league just makes more money. They can afford the salary cap goes up, all that stuff.
Wow.
He's making a lot of money. But it was interesting to me though that they aligned the Steve Kerr contract with the Stephen Curry contract. So
So how
both of
much is
those
Steve Kerr getting again?
2 years, $35 million. Yeah,
$35 million.
and he just sits there with a clipboard. Doesn't even have to run around.
Dude, they need to get that guy on a treadmill.
Dude, they need to get me in that coaching position. I didn't know they made that much.
Dude,
Sign me up.
they make $35 million a year.
No,
Sign
he's making
me up.
17 million a year, but
Oh, okay. Well, I knew that.
that's
But
nothing to sneeze at. Like
that's more than I make, dude.
more than I make, dude.
I make like 8,000 maybe
You could
if
probably
I'm
get
lucky.
like 12 guys in a room and he's still making more than all of them combined.
Dude, you could get 12 millionaires in a room, and he's making more than all of them
It's
combined.
true. It's true.
You get 34 millionaires in a room, and he's making more than all of them
I feel like
combined.
the Warriors have been interesting. They lost the Nuggets, but I mean, like, I feel like it wasn't like a good loss, but I don't think it was a bad loss either. Like, sometimes you just gotta take those, and they're the defending champs for a reason. So I feel like you can't feel too bad about that.
Low key.
Yeah, I feel like I believe in the Warriors to have a little comeback. Like, they really is. It does feel like at this point it is Draymond Green's team. I know I like made a joke about that last episode, but like literally when he's on the floor, they're just like a literally a completely different team, and they're so much better. They just got like this energy. Like the ball is moving. They're making their shots. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know what it is,
You're
but
playing.
it's true.
You're playing, dude. Like
No,
I
I'm
get it.
not.
I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, and I'm sure you're right to an extent. But I feel like Stephen Curry plays a large role in that team.
He had like 7 points the other day.
That's pretty good. That's
I
Pat
don't know,
Connaughton.
man. Watch like a Warriors game from like December and watch one from like January after Draymond Green comes back, and it's like so different. And it's just I don't know, it's just crazy. But like I mean, he's gonna be like a Hall of Famer, and obviously like he's a amazing player. It's just all this antics that is kind of taken away from all that recently.
Draymond.
Yeah,
He's not. He's not a bad guy, actually.
he's not a bad guy. He's just done some things that he shouldn't have. Definitely.
Like what?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like
Is he
punching
like a
his teammate in
criminal?
the face, like
He punched
choking.
his teammate?
Okay, this is I can't tell if this is a bit or not. This is,
No,
this is
I'm dead serious. I didn't know he punched his teammate.
what do you
Which
think,
one?
Jordan Poole?
I thought Jordan Poole was on an enemy team.
No, they were in the they was during like training camp.
Are you kidding?
No.
So he's like, ugh, and he just hits him.
Yes, there's footage out there. You can look it up.
Well, wait. So someone was. The thing I don't understand. How are people always getting footage of stuff like
Well,
this?
it was in like an actual like gym and they had cameras and one of their employees like stole the footage and then got fired and like leaked it to TMZ. It was a whole thing.
Dude, think about how many times he's hit people and we just don't know about it.
Okay, I feel like we would find out.
I don't know, dude. If he
Because
got fired,
we found that before the footage, but people were like, "Oh, it probably wasn't that bad." And then the video got leaked, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy." That's
he
like
shouldn't have been doing that.
he absolutely decked him. He got slumped, dude.
Did he have it coming though?
I don't think so. I think literally
Did he like do the too little thing?
no,
Because I
Jordan
like
Poole. I'm allegedly this is
whenever Riley
alleged.
does that to me, I want to punch him.
Allegedly, Jordan Poole said something to the effect of like, "You're an expensive backpack for Stephen Curry," and
That's
like
mean.
that is mean. But I don't know if you don't deserve to be
I'm not saying that Jordan Poole had it coming
like
because he
laid
did
out on the
not,
floor.
but he definitely had like a little whooping coming. Like it should have been verbal.
Like I just feel like yeah, that is rude, but like
I'm wrong about that. He did not deserve any
there's
punishment
definitely
of any
worse
kind.
things. Like he
But
didn't
Draymond
like
Green should have said like, "Hey man, that hurt my feelings. You shouldn't have said that to
yeah,
me.
exactly. Yeah.
Like that hurts my feelings.
Hey,
Like I'm more than that. I'm an excellent basketball player."
Jordan Poole got benched and had his first 30-point game of the season. Do you how do you feel about Jordan Poole as a player? Do you think he can
Who does he
come
play
back?
for?
The Wizards.
Well, the
Get,
Wizards are the 15th seed in the West
getting
or the
benched on
East.
the Wizards is
Getting benched on the Wizards is like a middle finger.
like he's just not been good at all though. He's
I think
averaging
I'd feel
like
bad if that happened to me,
37%.
Loki.
Yeah, I guess. But he has all these quotes that are like, yeah, this is my team. I'm gonna like everyone thought he was gonna like just score like 80 points a night on the Wizards, and he's not doing that. He's just been not been very, very good, honestly. And it's
Hmm.
weird because the whole contention with the Warriors was that he was kind of like disgruntled with the six man rule. And that he was like, I want a bigger role in this team. And like he went to the Wizards, he had a bigger role, and it did not work out. And then he went to the bench, and now he's been playing at least a little bit. I mean, it's been like 2 games, but first 30-point game of the season. Like I don't know. Maybe he's just a bench guy.
Are you serious?
What do you? Yeah. What do you think? Do you think what is Jordan Poole's ceiling? I guess.
Jordan Poole doesn't have a ceiling, dude.
I mean, he does.
He's like one of those. He's like an open face sandwich of a house.
Uh-huh.
I think the sky's the limit for that guy. I honestly, I think he could be the next Scottie Pippen if he just puts his effort into it.
Dude,
I
he's
think
like
he's
six
actually the
two.
very. Yeah, okay. Scottie Pippen was like 6'7". Not a
Yeah,
problem.
that's a lot of
Not a
inches.
problem. Not a problem at all. He could be the next like. All right, let me think about it.
I feel like to me his ceiling is like Jamal Crawford. That's like the absolute like if he gets up there all the way.
Jamal Crawford is not that good at basketball.
Yeah, he is. Well, he was.
Are
He's
you
not
serious?
like. I mean, no, but I'm not saying. But that's what I'm saying. He wouldn't be like a superstar, like
Like
number
maybe
one option
Jamal
on a
Murray.
team. No, Jamal Murray's way. I don't see because Jamal Murray plays to his role so well is the thing. Like he knows exactly what the team needs from him, and he gives them exactly what they need. Like Jordan Poole's the kind of guy that's like, I'm gonna get my points, and then I'm just gonna hang out.
You think?
So maybe it's just a mindset thing. Yeah, like I've seen clips of him where it'll be like they're in a coaching huddle, and he's just like distracted, like not paying attention, and then like he doesn't know the play, and then they like lose. Just like I don't know, man. I know you're playing for the Wizards, but you gotta
I
lock
don't
in a
know,
little
man.
more.
He dropped 31 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists last game.
That's off
That's
the
not bad.
bench. That's what I'm saying.
That's
Off
off
the
the bench.
bench.
That's like, I mean, Wembanyama would do better, but
You know, it's crazy to me
that's
that
like
they've
that's like
limited.
saying
Yeah,
that's like saying, Michael Jordan has done better than you on your public park game. It's like, yeah, dude, it's Michael Jordan. But comparing anyone to Wembanyama, that's not fair.
I wasn't
But
comparing him. I was just saying it's crazy to me that they've been limiting Wembanyama's minutes so much. Like he literally had like
I think
the
they don't want him to
fastest
get
5 by 5.
injured. Like the thing is with those big dudes, like if they that Robert Wadlow fuck, the one that was like 10'12" or whatever.
No, but I believe
Ah,
he's a real
there was this
person.
guy that was like 9 foot tall in the 30s. Anyway, it was dope. This guy was 9 foot tall in like
In the
the Great
30s?
Depression, and he was a circus act. All this,
Oh,
like
okay, okay.
that might not even be true. But point is, um, that guy died because I think he had like hemorrhoids. I don't know,
It's
but
heart stuff usually when you're that
yeah, it's
tall.
usually heart stuff or they break their legs. See, those like 7'10" basketball players or whatever, if they're not beefcakes, they just break their ankles
Oh, for sure. Well, I was also
and they
thinking
just
about it.
die.
The Spurs have kind of been doing like a soft tank. Like they've not been like actively trying to lose, but like you'll
But they're not
see
actively trying to like go out and bust their balls out there trying to
like no,
win.
like if it's close and they're like about to win, they will like sub Wembanyama out. Be like, all right, let's put in Zach Collins, let's lose this game. Like it's like a soft tank. Like you're right. They're not trying to win, seriously. And I think it is interesting because we have seen like it kind of reminds me of like the Mavericks with Luka Doncic. Like when he got drafted, he was so good that the team got so good that it was like after that lottery pick, they did not have high picks after that. And they struggled to like really put an amazing team around him. And they still kind of have a little bit. Obviously they've gotten better at this point, but that was like their one pick and they were like in like playoff contention after that. So I think the Spurs might be a little worried about that too, that they just want a few high draft picks, kind of build up their core really strongly and then start really going after it. But
I agree.
but I don't know. I feel like the
I
problem
don't even
is
think that they need to do draft picks. I think
that's what
they
I'm
just need to
saying.
like straight up. They need to trade and honestly just tank trades, like 3 dudes for 1 dude sort of trades. Like that's the way that I would do it if I was Pop right now.
He's the coach. He's not the GM.
Wait, the coach doesn't make the choices like that?
No, he's a coach.
Why can't the coach just be like, "Hey, get off of this team"?
What?
Dude,
Because that's not what he's there to do.
the middle school basketball coach that did not sign me, um,
You had like you
Anyway,
were
the
walking around in
local
like a
basketball
giant
coach
cast.
who did not sign me, he made all the decisions for the team.
Yeah, in middle, it's because obviously there's no GM in middle school basketball.
There actually was a GM. His name was Jeffrey, and he was 12.
That
It
doesn't
was a
even
serious
count.
thing. He really was the GM, which just meant that he like flipped the scoreboard.
This is not what a GM does.
Well, that's what he did.
Okay, let's
He was
not.
the team
Okay,
manager,
okay.
and he flipped the scoreboard, and he'd go pick up Chick-fil-A for the guys. Well, him and his mom.
I do agree with you though that I think Wembanyama might be the problem. He might be too good for them to be tanking like at all. Like he wants to win. He's made it clear that he wants to win. Like I literally they like interviewed him about his 5x5 because they were like Michael Jordan did this, and he was like, "Well, did Michael Jordan do it in a win?" And they were like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Well." Because they lost that game. Like that would suck to have like such a crazy performance and you just
Such
lose.
a high skill level, but your team is just
Like
dog.
he obviously wants to win. So I understand why they're doing it, but next year I kind of just want to see them go all in. Like this is
I want
literally
to
like a
see.
generational talent.
I think if they went all in, the thing is like they would probably finish like semifinals if they went
Okay,
all the
not
way in.
yeah, not like all in, but I'm just saying like no more tanking. That's what I mean by all in. Like, yeah.
But all in, they're like ninth seed. They're competing to get into the finals,
You
and they go
think,
out in
dude?
like the second round. That's
If they
not.
trade for Trae Young in the offseason, you think they're gonna be the ninth seed?
They're planning on trading for Trae Young.
No, I'm just saying hypothetically, that's a guy that might be on the market. He's probably out. He's out for at least like a
I
month,
feel like
probably.
that guy likes the Atlanta Hawks a lot.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
He
people
likes
like their
Atlanta.
teams. Tyrese Halliburton likes being on the Kings, and they still traded him.
Yeah, but I feel like Trae Young belongs in Atlanta.
You're just used to him being there. Players get traded
That's
all the time.
not even that. He just looks like a kind of guy that would be from Atlanta, the city. Like he's an Atlanta kind of guy.
Yeah, because you're literally just like you would say Luka Doncic is a Mavericks kind of guy.
Actually, yeah. Well, I could see him anywhere. He's he's a Eastern European, so
You and your Eastern Europeans, dude.
I actually like the Eastern European meta in the NBA right now.
I also think like the draft class this year isn't that amazing, where it really feels like they need to be tanking. Like they can get a whatever pick and they'll be okay.
Is the draft class actually that bad? Because
It's
I feel
not
like you
it's
could.
not bad, but there's not
There's
a
There's
can't miss.
Nikola Topic.
Yeah, people do like Nikola Topic. I don't
I,
know.
I
I'm
like
sure I'm not
I
saying
like
like there's not going to be a single draft prospect that's going to turn into something amazing. I'm just saying it's not like a like last year we saw Victor
it's not
Wembanyama,
like a
Scoot
whoa.
Henderson, Brandon Miller, like bam, bam, bam. Like those are the top three guys. Before that was like Paulo
Who is
Banchero.
Brandon Miller?
Like you always have
Is
like
he
the
a,
main
is he
guy.
spectacular? Like who is he?
Who?
Brandon Miller.
He's on the Hornets. He's actually been really good.
That sounds like the kind of guy that I would have gone to high school with.
Hmm.
Like he doesn't
People
sound.
compare him to Paul George. He's got like that length. He's like
He just doesn't sound like a spectacular play. Like the NBA player name
it does
is
matter
what's
a
the
lot.
most important.
Going back to the Spurs though, who do you think like we're kind of talking about like their core and like building that up. Who do you think is like for sure part of the core? Like obviously Victor
Wembanyama
Wembanyama,
and Jeremy Sochan.
Jeremy Sohan for sure. Do you feel like I feel like Keldon Johnson's the one that's like like Devin Vassell
I
definitely.
don't even know who Keldon Johnson is,
He's
and I like
he's
the Spurs.
he's like their power forward. He's pretty good. He was better a few years ago. I feel like he played better when DeJounte Murray was still on the team.
See, the
But
key word is pretty good,
yeah, that's a key word. I think
not very good.
I don't know if I would include him in like the core personally. Like I
You
wouldn't
said his
say
name is
he's
Keldon
untouchable.
Johnson.
Yeah,
His mom named him Keldon.
there's definitely way stranger names.
What's the strangest NBA name you can think of off the top of your knowledge?
Maybe like Austin Reeves.
Yeah, that is weird.
No,
I would not
let
name
me
my
think of
kid
an
Austin
actual one.
Reeves.
I mean Facundo Campazzo, but that guy's like from Europe, so
Really? I feel like that sounds. Say his name again.
Facundo Campazzo.
Wow. Would you name your kid Bakundo?
Probably not. But I'm also not
See,
like
I probably wouldn't
Italian,
either.
so
Dude, I actually quite like the Italians.
who's your favorite Italian basketball player?
Dude, Tony Soprano.
We
No
talk,
hesitation.
dude. On the I know we kind of finished talking about the Wizards, but I do want to shout out Bilal Coulibaly because I feel like that's a prospect I'm like genuinely super interested in.
Really?
And like he's the guy who Jordan Poole got benched for. Like
You think he's got a future?
the Wizards suck so bad and they suck at drafting so bad. But I'm glad they just took like a swing at him. Because it was kind of like a random like everyone when he was picked last year, everyone was kind of like, what? Why did they do that? It's like so random.
What's
But
his name
he's
again?
Bilal Coulibaly.
Salah
Bilal.
Koulibaly?
Yeah, it's French. He was Victor Wembanyama's teammate. That's kind of
We're
like,
getting an influx of French people in the
hey
NBA.
man, they're good at what they do.
We need. I wish. I know we talk about this almost every NBA podcast episode, but I wish that the NBA was more physical.
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of I would like to see them referee differently though. Because some of it just feels so silly. Like the foul baiting is so obnoxious to watch. And I feel like it takes away from the viewing experience. Because all of these players are good enough to where they don't need to be doing that to score. But
But
it's easier.
it takes so much out of the game too. I mean, if I had to, like
Yeah.
even on 2K, I just get pissed when I have to watch a foul.
Yeah, like the rhythm.
It
it
just
screws you
takes
up.
so long. It's like I need some fucking Subway Surfers during that time.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like they need to just stop because I feel like the referees could just choose to stop calling that. I don't know. Do you think the referees need to be refereeing like strictly by the book or just kind of on vibes?
Low key, I think no blood, no foul should be the
Okay,
new
I
rule
wouldn't go
here.
that far. There's definitely sometimes where
I
it's
don't
like,
know,
yeah, that's
dude.
a foul.
I think you should be allowed to just fucking hit somebody. Like
No.
I honestly think. Have you ever seen Russian wrestle ball?
There's enough injuries in the NBA as it is the only thing.
Have you seen Russian wrestle ball?
I don't go out of my way to watch Russian wrestle ball now.
But have you heard of it?
I think I have, and I think I've seen videos and it's been like scary.
Yeah, they fight and they play basketball. That's the basic
It just doesn't seem like
conception.
those two things go well together.
But dude, it's sick. They get in like a boxing arena and they hoop.
It just sounds scary.
I mean, I don't know if it's a 21 or if it's on a clock. I would actually really like to see some 21s in the NBA.
The All-Star game. That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
Honestly, no. Like halftime show,
Halftime.
I
I've
want.
never watched a single halftime show.
I watched one once and it was kind of stupid. Like I didn't. I kind of. I regretted it. You know.
Yeah,
Would you hang out with Wembanyama?
I think I would. Any guy who like spends 30 minutes reading before bed and has a strict bedtime, I would hang out with.
Do you think he actually does that?
I feel like I totally believe that.
He's crazy.
He has a look. I mean, I feel like all NBA players are a little crazy.
Kyrie Irving is crazy.
Yeah, that's maybe
I,
the upper end of the spectrum.
Kyrie Irving is crazy.
He's been chill this season. I haven't heard anything like controversial.
Have you heard what he thinks about the Earth?
Yeah.
He thinks it's flat.
Okay. Shout out Kyrie Irving. Come on the podcast. Now
Yeah,
that is a
Kyrie
guy I
Irving.
would have on the
If
podcast.
you can hear me right now,
If you're out there.
hi.
Yeah. Shout out Kyrie Irving. The Mavs have been good. I think they lost the other day, but they've actually been really good.
Kyrie Irving, I love you. Please, if you can hear me, um, my phone number is 614-226-2743. Please contact me immediately.
Okay, I think the last like major bit of news we have, I don't know if you saw the Clippers rebrand. They posted like all that stuff this morning.
Oh, they
That's pretty
rebranded, like new
interesting.
logo.
Yeah, they're still keeping the same name and everything, but they're kind of like committing to like the ship aspect of like the Clipper brand, I guess. Because like before it was just like the little GTA logo with like the basketball and like LAC, and now it's actually gonna be like a boat.
Really?
Yeah, it looked interesting to me. I liked the court a lot. The court looked really cool, and it makes sense to
Oh,
me.
wow.
They're going into like a new era, I guess. They got a new arena coming next year, so
Like new era of basketball.
of Clippers basketball, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
They're finally getting onto the crypto.com arena. Thank goodness. The poor Lakers are still gonna have to.
Crypto.com?
Dude, the crypto.com arena is gotta be like one of the worst names ever.
That's actually terrible.
I would not want to play basketball in that.
Dude, if like ugh.
And that's the Clippers and the Lakers home court. Like,
They
dude,
play in the same court?
they're in the same city. Yeah. That's why they've been building this new arena because they're trying to separate themselves.
That would suck.
I know. Every like Clippers Lakers matchup that's a Clippers home game is really a Lakers home game.
And even the other way around too, if you think about it.
No, no. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like a Laker dominated industry. Like everybody's a Laker fan. No, there's some
Oh,
Clipper fans.
really?
I would say there's a lot more Clipper fans now than there were in like 2007. Like a lot.
Yeah, they got Kawhi Leonard, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, I
Don't
asked
don't
knowing
question.
that
Come on, you got to be confident in that.
like I asked fully knowing that they have Kawhi Leonard.
Like that's like saying like, oh, they have Amir Coffee, don't they? Like you can be questionable about. Like maybe he's not on the team, but they definitely have Kawhi Leonard. I feel like all this the Clippers rebrand got me thinking like we kind of are entering like a new era of basketball. Like
I
LeBron
would agree.
James, as much as it seems like he's never going to retire, he is going to retire within the next 5 years. Guaranteed. He will retire in the next
Guaranteed,
five
you
years.
really think 5 years?
Guaranteed. I'm guaranteeing this.
I
You
think
can
he's gonna go
sue
right
me.
into coaching if he does. Like I give him like
Yeah, but
3 years max for
retiring. That
Future.
counts as retiring.
Oh, I would
Stephen
agree.
Curry. We'll see. I don't know. Stephen Curry
I
might.
think once Stephen Curry isn't in the league anymore, like once it's not millennials in the league, that's when it's the new league, the
That's
new
what I'm saying.
generation.
Well, we're getting there. Like we've
And
got like
Steph
a few
Curry
more
was like
years.
the master of being a millennial basketball player. And LeBron still kind of is LeBron Gen X?
He's old, probably.
He's
He's
old,
like
dude.
80.
LeBron came into the league before I was born.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, not he was in there in like 2001.
He was in there 2004, but
Oh, okay. Well, he might. Yeah, I mean, he was there before I was born, but not for long.
not for long. You almost beat him. It was
I
so
almost,
close.
yeah, was almost before him.
I think he was
But
there before I was born too. I mean,
well,
he's
yeah,
older. He's been playing longer than some of the guys in the NBA have been alive.
that would be crazy.
Like
You
he's
think
been
there's any
playing for
pictures of
longer than Jalen
LeBron like
Duran.
at someone's birth? Just to sound the
That'd
NBA.
be crazy, dude. But like, it's crazy to me that literally he's been playing so long. But like guys drafted in like 2007 have been retired for like 5 years, and he's still just hanging out. Like that's
Wow,
crazy to me.
guys were that's nuts.
Like he's just, it's I don't
He's
know. It's
just like,
absurd what
hey,
he's doing.
I'm LeBron. I'm in Space Jam too.
Yeah, like I feel like it's kind of hard to like really wrap your head around it right now. Like once he retires, we're gonna be like, what just happened? Like this guy, this guy spent more of his life. This guy has spent more of his life in the NBA than not in the NBA. Like,
Have you seen the figure that said he spent like he's played with 35% of NBA players?
yeah, like seriously, probably, dude. He
That's
is
crazy.
NBA basketball.
He is the NBA right now. He's the
But
face of the, well, you think he's the face of the NBA
he's
right
still
now?
he will be the face of the league until he retires.
You know, Bob Cousy is the actually that might be wrong. It might not
It's
be Bob
Kuzi.
Cousy. Cousy?
Yeah, the guy from like the 50s, right?
Yeah, did he invent the beer koozie?
I don't know. Probably not.
I don't know.
Celtics legend Bob Cousy.
Yeah. Anyway, my favorite basketball player, Amadeus Wolfgang, Mozart.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put a picture of him playing.
Yeah, please do, and put him if you could you? I can make the photo.
In
I
the
can
Celtics jersey, yeah.
I can cut his head out and put him on a Celtics jersey. Yeah. Anyway,
We'll just paste it over Jason Tatum. Just put a black and white filter.
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Anyway, like I was saying, he is like the outline. The picture is him. So,
why did you bring up Bob Cousy? I'm so
well,
confused.
Bob Cousy, fine, is um he's the outline for the NBA.
No, Jerry West.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
They're like the same like time period, right?
I don't know. My basketball knowledge isn't that deep.
Really? You don't know the like 60 players at all?
Once we hit like the 90s, like if you're not Michael Jordan or Karl Malone, like
No, we only know about Karl Malone because he was getting with 12-year-olds. He probably wasn't even
yeah,
that good at basketball.
yeah, dude.
He was like, dude, if
He was good at
stuff like
basketball, but it
stuff
definitely
like
takes away his off the court. I'm not gonna call them antics because it's like crime, but
no, that's an antic.
it's not an antic. It's much worse though. Antic makes it sound like jovial and silly.
Well, it was an antic. He should
No,
have done it.
it was crime.
I forgive him. He shouldn't have.
I don't forgive him.
You don't forgive him?
I don't want to ever see that guy at a Jazz game again.
Does he show up to the games?
Who? Let's not get into. I don't want a Karl Malone segment on this podcast. I'm not having that.
That would be crazy if you had
Yeah.
to like put that in.
The Miles Bridges episode was bad enough.
There was an episode.
We talked about him for like 40 minutes. I was like, this is the Miles Bridges episode. Okay, but we're going back to this next era, I guess. Who do you think is going to be the face of the league? Do you think Victor Wembanyama will? Because those are big shoes to fill. Like, do you think it will be him?
I mean, he is him. That's the thing, bro.
Here's an interesting question. Does the face of the league have to be American? Like, it is a US, like the NBA is a US
I mean,
thing.
if he's
It's always been an American who is the
like,
face of the league.
what are you suggesting?
No, I'm just asking you what you think.
Like, are you suggesting that some like just crazy guy from like the Chinese league is going to become the face of the NBA?
No, I'm just saying a lot of the players right now are not American born. Like most of the best players are not American born. And those would be the guys that you would say would be the face of the league. So I'm just saying, does that have to be the case? Or do you
Oh
care?
no, I would not say so. I mean, like when Wembanyama's French, Nikola Jokic is Serbian. Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
No, I know. Good job. You beat me to it.
Yeah, I'm not Serbian at all. But if I was, I'd be
Be a big Jokic fan.
yeah, and I already am.
Yeah, me
So,
too.
well, not really.
Shut
I just
up.
like him.
Can't we need a new name for like the 15. Like I know we've triple double, but like what is the name for like 15 points, 15 rebounds, 15 assists? Like a quinceañera.
Bro, yeah, that's so witty. I would have never thought of that.
That's what Nikola Jokic had. He had like 32 points, 16 rebounds, and 16 assists. Like that's not even
Yeah,
a
bro
real
had a
stat line.
quinceañera.
If you had like $50 that you had to bet on who was going to be the face of the league, how would you allocate your money, I guess, among the
Like
current
after
NBA?
LeBron,
Yeah. After LeBron,
Victor
Steph Curry,
Wembanyama, $50.
all $50.
50.
You don't even think there's a chance that it's like Jason Tatum?
Giannis.
Giannis seems a
I
little.
hate Jason Tatum.
I don't know. Giannis might be a little too old. How old is Giannis? He's like 30, isn't he?
He's like 28.
He's not 28. That seems a little like I don't know. He's like in
He
between
came into the league in
generations.
2012 or 2011 at 18.
Yeah, he's 29.
Yeah.
That's like a little bit in between, I feel like. Because by the time LeBron retires, he'll
Jason,
be what, like 33?
if he retires in 3 years, right?
He'll be
Jason
32. I
Tatum's
guess.
going to be almost 30.
Yeah.
I don't like Jason Tatum.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to like him for him to. I guess you're right. I feel like it's been kind of hard to like really evaluate Jason Tatum because obviously he's good, but the Celtics are just so good that it's like it's kind of hard to like get a full grasp of him as a player, at least this season.
Like if Jason Tatum was on the Spurs, we'd probably know how good he is.
Like, yeah, he would. Yeah, he'd be the MVP on the Spurs. I don't know. Do you think he deserves MVP talk? That's been a major topic of discussion.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is the MVP of this, or not? Yeah, he is.
He's
Giannis
not.
Antetokounmpo is the MVP of the season.
He's not right now, just because the Bucks are not good enough. Genuinely.
The Bucks are like what, a third, like 3?
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
they've been struggling, dude. They lost the Grizzlies, dude.
Yeah, that was,
It's silly. Yeah, it was silly.
yeah, that was goofy.
What do you think? How do you feel about league expansion? Like, would you want to see a team back in Seattle? Would you want to see a team in like Las Vegas?
Yes. Not
Could-
Las Vegas though. I hate Las Vegas.
Well, where would you put? I mean, you can't put it in like Kansas City. Like,
I would like to see one in Mexico City.
yeah, maybe.
I think that'd be sick. There's like 15 million people there. It's like another Los Angeles. There's
I
a
feel like,
lot going on
yeah,
out there. And I honestly I don't think it would be that big of a deal. And it would probably attract like a lot of different people to the NBA.
I don't know. I'm not super into that idea. I like the idea of two. Like, I definitely think Seattle's like a lock. Like,
Dude, I don't know when they're bringing back the Charlotte Bobcats, but I hope that happens soon.
don't hold your breath.
I'd like to see the Charlotte Bobcats come into Seattle.
Seattle Bobcats.
I'd love to see
You
the
just want
Seattle
a
Bobcats.
team named the Bobcats.
Yeah, because I could wear a Bobcats jersey and have like a 23 on it. That'd be so sick.
I'm just like, I do think they need to do a league expansion though, because there's so many good players that aren't on teams. Like
Drew Timmy,
Killian Hayes, yeah, Drew Timmy. These
Kai
guys,
Jones.
Yeah, seriously, like there's enough to make 2 full rosters of real NBA players.
Just some like geekers that are in the G League that were like good,
Mac
but not
McClung.
good enough.
Like, obviously these teams wouldn't be contending, but
I'd be fine if
there's
there
too
was
much
20
talent for
teams in
like
like on each team on each side instead of 16.
like the Thunder have so many real NBA players that can't get minutes, and it's like, yeah, it's just bad. I feel like they need some more teams. That's all I'm
They
saying.
do, they do. I think the thing is with the G leagues, a lot of them are in the same town, or give or take.
Not really. Some of them are like super far away.
Well, they're in the same state.
Not always.
Really, give me an example.
I can't think of one on the top of my head, but I know for a fact there are G League teams that are in different states.
I personally like. I know the Bucks one. It's in like Kenosha, which is like the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin.
Yeah. Okay, here's an interesting question. Kind of, I like this topic of like future of the league. Like, do you think how big of a deal, I guess, will it be when LeBron and Steph Curry retire? Like, will it super impact kind of like the NBA's like credibility and like notoriety?
Impact their notoriety? No.
You know
People
what I'm
will
trying to
still
say.
love the NBA, but they will probably yell out Curry less.
Hmm. But do you
I
think
think
people will still be like these guys are like super personalities?
Steph Curry is a super personality.
I would say so.
The only thing I know Steph Curry for outside of the NBA and being good at the behind the 3-point line is that he gave a jersey to Jennifer Lawrence.
I don't think that's true. That's not even the right person.
It doesn't even matter.
Also, that was in the context of the NBA, so that's not even outside of the NBA.
He's got a nice smile, I guess. Like he throws his little mouth guard out. Like I don't know anything about those guys. LeBron's like a clown on the
LeBron's
television.
awesome, dude. I feel
I
like
don't like LeBron James, like personality wise. I like not that I don't
what?
actually dislike him. He seems like a cool guy, but I don't love him.
Dude, how can you not if you like if you've ever seen that Tom and Jerry Instagram post, you've gotta love LeBron as a person.
I haven't seen it. Can you put it up on the screen?
I'll put it up on the screen. It's just that picture of him like it's like a terribly shot picture. And it's like watching some Tom and Jerry before school starts. It's,
Oh, I've
it's,
seen that.
it's
And
such
there's
a
also
good
that one that's like up late contemplating life.
yeah. Like these are I feel like you can't not like this guy.
I don't know. I feel like he puts his nose in things he should be putting them in.
What? I don't
I'm not
agree with that.
elaborating.
Yeah, don't elaborate, please.
Anyone who knows what I'm talking about knows what I'm talking about.
I feel like he's just a good guy though.
I don't know. I don't
He's never
trust him.
done anything wrong.
I trust him. I trust him about as far as I can throw him.
No, seriously, you can't name a single major controversy that he's been in.
LeBron James murder.
Yeah, this has never happened. Like not even rumors, like not even whispers.
Dude, he killed me.
Like I feel like it's kind of crazy that he's never had anything controversial and to be like this good. Like I feel like everybody, all of like
Yeah,
these, like
that's actually
everybody
true.
has something.
There was no LeBron James affair, nothing like that. Just
Exactly. He's just a chill guy from Akron, Ohio.
and he's like 6'7".
He's like the best basketball player to ever. I don't know, man. I feel like
Wembanyama, Jordan, those guys are up there, man.
I was gonna
I
say
know it, I know it's early to say Wembanyama, but I actually think it.
if LeBron James plays 3 more years, does that get him to GOAT level? Like I feel like I'm like coming around to the LeBron James GOAT status. I know I'm biased because I've never seen Michael Jordan play, but
The thing
I
is,
don't
Michael
know.
Jordan only played like 7 years, and 2 of them he was retired.
Okay, it wasn't that bad. But yeah, the early retirement, like, yeah, I don't know. Obviously, Michael Jordan has won more rings. He has like more accolades, and he has
Michael Jordan was like a legend.
yeah, he's got like an aura. LeBron James is just like awesome, but I don't know. Well, I feel like we can't let this devolve into a GOAT debate though, because I feel like nobody ever wins this.
It's because they're both the great. Well, they can't both be the greatest, but they're both great.
Yeah, that's the problem. They need to like share it. That
They
seems
need to
silly.
fight to the death.
Yeah, let's not have them do that.
But honestly, I don't know. I'm not saying that I would like watch that, but
You probably would.
I actually wouldn't. I'd be like, guys, stop. Violence
Yeah,
is
no, true.
not the
Actually,
answer.
true. That's true. Violence is not the answer.
Yeah.
Okay. I know last episode to wrap it up, we did like were you buying and selling stock in? So I guess let's do this. Let's do the same thing, but for players. What player are you buying stock in? What player are you selling stock in? For the
Victor
rest, just for the
Wembanyama,
rest of the season. Just
buying.
for the rest of the season.
I'm actually selling Pat Connaughton stock.
You don't own any. You can't do that.
Dude, I'm selling other people's.
No, seriously. Give me
I
a
just
serious
like
answer. Give me a serious answer.
serious answer.
Like one guy that you think is just, yeah, yeah,
I'm I'm selling Chris Middleton.
dude, that's rough.
I,
That is
I don't
true
think
though.
he's performing well right
He's
now.
been injured. He's always injured.
Oh, well then I'll buy it. I just don't understand the stock market. I think that's one of my issues.
So, but you're buying Victor
Chris
Wembanyama
Middleton
stock.
could come up soon, but I'm also buying Wembanyama right now.
Yeah, I respect that. That's a good answer. I feel like
And I'm selling Pat Connaughton.
okay, fine. Yeah,
What about you?
I feel like I'm selling all of my Ben Simmons stock. I think I've given up fully on Ben Simmons.
You had Ben Simmons stock?
Dude, we literally had that whole episode, and I was like, the Nets are gonna be so good because Ben Simmons coming back. I'm shaking my, you can't see, I'm shaking my head visibly right now. It is not good. I don't want, I've given up. All right. Some
I
people, yeah,
don't like Ben Simmons.
yeah, it's just too much. I can't handle it anymore.
Never have, never will. We have beef.
Let me see.
We've
Who
had
am I
Stevens that
buying
was in the
stuff?
strict grid.
You know what? Give me Harrison Barnes stock.
Yeah, low key.
You don't even know who that is.
Bro, I know
No.
Scotty Barnes.
I feel like a good Harrison Barnes games, like it like brightens my day up so much.
Is he
And
on par with? Is he related to Scotty Barnes?
no. I mean maybe, but probably not. Not that I know of.
Okay.
He's just on the Kings and he's like okay. And sometimes he scores 20 points and it's like, wow. What an incredible night to be alive. That's my thought when Harrison Barnes scores 20 points. That's all that goes through my head.
You really
I
like
know.
this Harrison
What's
Barnes
what's
stuff.
my real answer? I don't know actually. Maybe I'll buy Scotty Barnes as well.
Is Mutombo still in the league?
No.
All right.
What are you talking about?
Well, I would have bought stock in now.
Okay. You can. No one's stopping you. It just doesn't it's probably not gonna go up, I would say.
Well, if he's not in the league, I'm not buying stock in him.
Okay, last question. This just came to my mind. Who is one NBA player that you want to see a statue of when they retire? And what would that statue be?
Oh, all right. There's a lot of ways I could take this.
Yeah, I know. I'm like ready for your answer.
You know Michelangelo's David?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Scotty Barnes.
Why?
Maybe it's Donatello. You know, I get all those
The Ninja Turtles, yeah.
yeah, the turtle artists mixed up. They should
It
have
was
never done that. But
Michelangelo. I feel I was like totally expecting you to say like Pat Connaughton missing a three.
dude, no, he doesn't shoot threes.
He really does, but honestly, I do kind of like the idea. Like I feel like Giannis might have to do a little more, but I like the idea of having a Giannis statue. I don't know what it would be though. I'm trying to think of like
I would see a Giannis statue. I like him just smiling.
yeah,
Yes, just Giannis smiling.
dude. It's just like it's just a bust of his head. That's it. It's the whole statue.
Honestly, yeah, I think that's my answer. Giannis smiling and a bust of his head.
Here's an interesting question. How many statues is LeBron getting?
0.
Well, no, it's at least one. He's definitely getting one in Cleveland.
I hope he does not.
There's literally no chance. Like I will literally eat my hat.
You're a freak, bro.
He's getting one in Cleveland. What are you talking about?
Eating a hat, bro. You're a freak.
That's because there's no chance that he doesn't get one in Cleveland. All right. I think that's a good place to wrap it up though.